Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. How do you like my look? This is totally me. Ah! Fooled you. Special effects, am I right? Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 different cologne fragrances, most of which fly a little bit under the radar that you need to know about because they're good. Except for one, which is not so good. It's bad. It's bad. And I'm gonna share that one with you right away, right now, so that I can help you save a little bit of your money. Which somebody could have let me know, so I could have saved mine. But that's okay, because I'm gonna pass it on, you know? I'm gonna let you know. So which cologne fragrance is it that you really don't need to seek out? Well, it's this one, and it's special. It's a special boy. Cake Temptation. Or is it Cake Temptations? It don't matter, but it's one of those. So this one is from Paris Corner. And as of when I'm filming this video, a couple days ago, Fragrance Buy had a few different cologne fragrances listed right on their front page. And look, it ain't Fragrance Buy's fault, all right? But they had this one listed there. New cologne fragrance releases or whatever they had. You gotta get it, check this stuff out. Oh my God, it's so good. You know, that kind of thing. It was this one and a couple others. And those couple others we'll be talking about later in today's video. So it was like, heck with it. Let's get all three. Bad move. Now you could say, hey man, you know, you could have looked up what those fragrances were beforehand. And I would say, yep, you're right. But why would I do that? All right, let's do a quick little spritzeroonie. Yeah, one's enough. Bros, you have not experienced this level of sweet before. Like, you just haven't, okay? Not in a fragrance. It is sickeningly sugary, synthetically fruity sweet. It smells a little bit like strawberry shortcake if it were turned into a highly concentrated syrup and then made with high fructose corn syrup that is on a level unimaginable by mere humans. And that's not all. It's strong. My God, is it strong. No exaggeration. I spray this on, okay? I went upstairs, so through a doorway, through a hallway, up the stairs, into a completely different floor of the house. And I had left this right here. When I opened the door to come back downstairs like 30 minutes later, it smacked me in the face the second I opened the door. This is not wearable. This is awful. And I don't even care to try to find out what it's a clone of. So with that positivity out of the way, now 10 fragrances that you should know about because they are wearable and they are good deep in their souls. And I'll begin with a fragrance that I got with that one right there. It's this from French Avenue and it's called Opus Magnum by Trojan. No, just Opus Magnum. And this one has a pretty interesting box, which I wish I had right here to show you. But it basically comes with like a little spring-loaded bottom. And to get this out from the box, you have to like push it down and a little spring goes, and then you can pull it out. Actually, you know, that's maybe not as cool as I originally thought it was gonna sound. It's got a little spring and you push it. So Opus Magnum, hitting us with two little crystalline features right there on the front, is a clone of an Amage fragrance. Ah, you see the Opus is making sense now. The color scheme is making sense now. And it is Opus 14 Royal Tobacco. That's what this is an alternative to. And like Opus 14, it packs a punch, boys. Yes, it's strong. It is smoky, it is dry, it has a lot going on. It's spicy, there's like a licorice vibe that cuts through there. There's a little bit of sweetness in the underneath, you know, a little vanilla in there, but ultimately smoky, deep, dry, woodsy, and tobacco as well, of course. Packs a pretty good punch and definitely not gonna be the easiest thing to wear. You know, it's not gonna be something that everybody is rushing out to wear every single day in fall and winter time. just like the Amage, to be fair. But in terms of quality, it is very well done. and it is a great, cheaper alternative to a very pricey scent. Just be aware that, like Royal Tobacco, you know, it's gonna be a particular one, but it's well done. It smells really nice if you like that type of scent. Let's go from that one to this one from Rasasi. It's Poise, which from JOMASHOP, really, really cheap. It was like 13, 14, something like that. And this is a line of fragrances that are all on the cheaper side of things. The bottle's pretty hefty, actually. They've got some weight to them. And then the cap is like a Louis Vuitton-esque cap style. I don't know, kind of an interesting combo there. Fragrance itself is Fetti from Penhaligon's. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of Penhaligon's Fetti alternatives on the market. That's one of those fragrances where everybody got together at the great clone Coliseum, Pentagon, Hexagon? Wherever all the clone people hang out. The clone masters, okay? It's not a real thing, but I'm pretending it is. They all got together and they were like, yo, that Fetti is pretty sick. Let's all copy it all at once. Is everybody good with that? And this one, being one of the ultra cheap ones, makes it a great buy if you're looking for Fetti on the cheap. It's not gonna be quite as deep as Fetti is. You know, it's not got quite the same level of body. Adam Levine would know about that, am I right? But it does smell very similar to Fetti, maybe a little bit on the slightly fresher side of things, which happens a lot of times with clone fragrances. At least clones of like really deep, ambery, rich, warm type scent profiles. Sometimes they'll have like the same scent structure, the way it comes across, but like a touch more freshness. That's sort of what's going on here. But in terms of quality for the price point, can't beat it. Let's talk Lattafa next with this little guy right here. It is La Collection d'Antiquité 1910. That was cringe. Ooh, I'm feeling the cringe right now. We'll just say the Antiquities Collection 1910, how's that? It has a little steampunk motorcycle on there, so you know, that's cool. Kind of like coming out of the bottle there, 3D action. And this guy is 1 Million Elixir. So it's got that sweetness from 1 Million Elixir. It's got good performance as well. Good amount of vanilla, actually a lot of vanilla. Also some rose in there. A little bit of fresh aspects along the edges, just like Elixir. And frankly, that is probably your absolute best bet right now if you want a clone or an alternative to 1 Million Elixir. Also got a good amount of apple in here off the top. Tonka mixes with the vanilla as it dries down, you know, additional sweetness there. As I said, really good performance, really good quality. Nothing to dislike here unless you dislike 1 Million Elixir, and then you're not gonna like this. Up next, Armaf Odyssey Spectra. Armaf has really fleshed out their Odyssey line of fragrances here over the last couple of years, giving us all kinds of different releases. This is one of their newer ones, at least as of this video, and officially it is the Rainbow Edition. So I really like, in a way, that they give like each one of their different Odyssey fragrances an edition, even though it's just the fragrance. So like it's Odyssey Spectra. It doesn't have to be Rainbow Edition because there's no other Odyssey Spectra, right? So for example, they also have Odyssey like Lemony, and that one is the Fresh Edition. Just kind of quirky, I like it. So this is an alternative to Ultramale from Jean Paul Gaultier. The price on this, as of this video, about 40 bucks. Yeah. I'd like to see that price go down. When you first spray this one on, you get a nice blast of cinnamon and orange blossom, so you've got some fresh aspects, a little bit of sweetness as well. The cinnamon is not like crazy warm, sweet, but it does have an overall sweet scent profile to it. So like a little bit of that bubblegummy aspect that you're gonna find from Ultramale, you're gonna get that here too. Then as it dries down, a nice vanilla comes out there as well. Really good performance, great smelling fragrance if you're looking for something that's a compliment puller. You can wear it through fall, winter, and spring, and a great alternative to Ultramale. Next, we have a fragrance from Aromatics. This is actually released by French Avenue. French Avenue is Fragrance World, and I got mine from JOMASHOP. I think that that's the only discounter that has this one. The name of the fragrance is Royal Taboo, which you can see on the back of the bottle, and the bottle's kind of cool. It's got this like, I don't know, gritty kind of feel to it. I know that doesn't sound great. It makes it sound like I'm talking about sandpaper, but it's like very tactile. You make sure you don't drop it. So yeah, obviously with these huge aromatics across the front here, if you're unaware of who that is, it is a fragrance YouTuber slash TikToker slash Instagrammer slash, what other things are there? Facebooker. That's the big ones, right? That's the big ones. So he teamed up with French Avenue slash Fragrance World to do a couple of clone fragrances. And this one right here is Centaurus. At least to me, it is very clearly Centaurus. So that is, of course, a Creed fragrance. And yeah, this is one where the first time that I smelled it, immediately I was like, oh, okay, I know what that is. And Centaurus is one that has gotten a little bit of love, a little bit of hate. Like some people don't really like it, especially for the price point. I think it's actually really, really good. It is a sweet fragrance, you know, a sweet, warm type of scent profile. Basically with Centaurus, you get a lot of cinnamon, cardamom, tobacco leaf, more like a honeyed kind of tobacco. There's also sandalwood in there, patchouli, some resins, and also a good dose of vanilla as well. And really everything that Centaurus gives you, this gives you as well. Once again, quality, very good. Second you spray this on, smells fantastic. You don't have any of that kind of like alcohol vibe going on. You don't have to wait for it to dry down. And you would use it at the same time, same seasons, same reasons as Centaurus. Only potential drawback with this one is the price point is 60 bones at JOMASHOP, which is gonna make that a little pricier than your typical clone fragrance. Still, presentation feels great in the hand. Atomizer, it's okay. Scent quality, really nice, very close to Centaurus. Smells fantastical. I forgot something that would make that price slightly better. Am I talking about hitting the lottery and winning all kinds of money to the point that if you spend that much, you don't even realize it's gone? Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. But no, what I'm talking about is coupon codes. These are codes that you can use to save money on your orders at different websites. The JOMASHOP codes only work within the JOMASHOP app, so there is that. But if you were to purchase this, that, or the other thing at JOMASHOP, you could use those codes and guess what? Save a little money. All the other codes you can use on the websites like usual, like normal people, not having to download apps, and those will also save you money. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go next to the new Rasasa Hawas Elixir. I absolutely despise the bottle. It is extremely reflective, this kind of gold mirror thing going on with it, but it is a fingerprint magnet of the highest order. Like think of whatever bottle you can think of that to you is a 10 out of 10 fingerprint magnet. That right there is an 11. That is the Spinal Tap of fingerprint magnet bottles. It goes to 11. So if you pick it up, if you touch it, if you look at it, fingerprints everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I picked it up and sat it on the table. I don't know if you can see from there, but blah. So that's rough. The fragrance itself, right now, about 50 bucks at discounters. Actually, this one I got at the same time as this one. And this one. And that is Ultramale Elixir. Extremely well done. I would say if you're just looking for the best of the best Ultramale Elixir clones, you don't care about money or anything like that, price anyways, that's probably gonna be your best bet. Fantastic performance, great projection, great longevity. Initially, when you first spray it on, it's got a little bit more of like a lavender mint aromatic thing going on, almost like mint vanilla with lavender along the edges. So it's not quite as honeyed, not quite as deep as Ultramale Elixir off the top. But as it dries down, it gets a whole lot closer. In the air, it smells fantastic. Really, really, really well done. There are cheaper Ultramale Elixir alternatives out there. Like I said, you don't care about that, this is probably the best. Next up, we have a bottle that just does not quite fit in. It's Wajan, spelled W-A-J-A-N, how cute. And that is by Montagne. And I gotta tell you with this one, you do wanna let it mature. You wanna let it grow up a little bit, you know? It's gonna go through some stages. It's gonna go through puberty. It's gonna be a little rough for a second there. But once you let it mature and grow up, you are rewarded. Now you can see the coloration there, quite deep compared to a lot of the other Montagne fragrances that I have. And this is one that when you very first get it in, you may give it a couple of spritzes like that right there and go, that's not quite Wajan. When I first got it in, man, it smelled like cinnamon and also cinnamon with a little extra cinnamon in there. A little sarminarm, you know what I'm saying? A little sarminarm in there. That's basically what it smelled like. It was just like cinnamon bomb. Now, after it dried down, even initial spray, it did get a lot better. You got more of that kind of honeyed aspect that comes out, you know, pulls it more in line with what Wajan smells like. But just that initial blast was like, ugh. I do like cinnamon, but it was not Wajan. Now, like I said, let it mature. If you let it mature, it gets a ton better. And then you get more of that rich, spicy warmth and sweetness coming out, that honeyed aspect. Really, really, really well done. Another one for fall and winter time, and a sick alternative to Wajan. Let's do this next, Dumont Celerio Oros. Now this is something that some of you out there would probably view and go, ugh, boring. I don't care at all about that fragrance. The reason for that is because this, dear friends, is very similar to something, I'll show you. This. No, this. Yes, Aventus. It is an Aventus style fragrance. Now that being said, it is one of the absolute best Aventus style clone fragrances that you can get, which I know there's like 52 billion of those. And yeah, I understand it gets boring, but it's extremely well done. Extremely. It does not have that harshness off the top like some other alternatives do. So yeah, it's not got that really harsh kind of vibe when you first spray it on. Much smoother, nice tangy, fruity opening. You know, a little bit appley actually. Now I know when I say that you may think, oh, Hasavat, you know, maybe it's kind of like that. No, it leans more Aventus because it has this nice kind of sweetness underneath there. It has great performance as well. Extremely versatile, daytime, nighttime, any season, don't matter. Smells great. And it really flies under the radar because when it comes to, you know, Aventus type stuff, a lot of those fragrances are like set in stone. You know, get that one, those are the ones. And this being a smaller line, a smaller brand, you know, it gets overlooked, but it is stupid good. Here we got Sweet Heaven. Sweet Heaven. Sounds like it was made by a Southerner. Dolly Parton's fragrance. Sweet Heaven by Gulf Orchid. That smells nice. So you don't even really need me to tell you what that smelled similar to, because just look at it. And funnily enough, the reason that I even have this is because I got flankers of it that seemed interesting to get. So I'll grab a couple. Sweet Heaven Tobacco, Sweet Heaven Cherry. These are flankers of that add in what they say. I know, late breaking news. But this is a Comrade-esque Angels Share type of scent profile. Very boozy sweet with a nice, sweet, warm, spicy pop to it. And I know I've kind of doubled up here on fragrances where there are untold numbers of alternatives out there. I get that. But both of these fly under the radar and both are really, 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 really well done. So with Sweet Heaven, I'm not saying this is superior to every single other one out there. Trash all of those, immediately grab this one. But if you really like that scent profile, you're shopping around and you happen to see this pop up at a discounter or a store for a really solid price, just know that it's a very well done fragrance in that style that does have a nice emphasis on that booze and more of a sugary little sweet touch. All right, we're gonna finish up with the Snick. Bottle with the Snick. I like a snack. My name's Jeff. My name is Jeff. This is called Vulcan Feu, F-E-U. This is by French Avenue / Fragrance World. And looking at the color scheme, looking at Snick, you may know what that is an alternative to. So this is an alternative to God of Fire. This is a pretty metal name. Ooh, you see that atomizer? Instant replay. Oh! So probably the most well-known alternative to that fragrance is Ophidian Mango Bliss, which is pretty good. That fragrance is nice. But there is a pretty decided difference between that and this. Mango Bliss, much more focused on the mango. Very, very sweet. This one has that, but it's nowhere near as sweet as Mango Bliss. Instead, it's a little bit more fizzy, fresh with the ginger that's in there. Also a little bit of citrus. It does lean across more wearable, I would say. Mango Bliss smells really good, don't get me wrong. It's just where it's like overdosed with the sweetness a little bit. For some people, that may be something where they're like, eh. This reins that in a little bit. Like I said, gives it a little bit more versatility overall. And also gives you that atomizer. So there we go, guys. There are 10 different fragrances, technically 11, that you need to know about. I want to thank you for hanging with me here today. Stay safe out there, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.